Hi, this is Marley Elliott, and this is my professional disposition for my assignment for SPED 501. So I have three questions here that I need to answer, and I'm going to jump right in. So, what is the special education teacher's role in supporting learning, improving, planning, and practicing, upholding professional expectations and ethics, and collaborating, advancing the profession? So, as a SPED teacher, I feel that you are a forever student. You're always learning, you're always expanding on your knowledge and the knowledge of your students in any way, shape, or form. So, with that, you're looking at cognitive, you're looking at kinetic, you're hitting all of the different levels of um, how students learn in order to make sure that there is growth. Because as a SPED teacher, not only are you there to provide the assistance for the student, help them learn, expand their knowledge and growth mentally and physically, you're also there to evaluate them and make sure that their needs are taken care of, their specific needs, whether it's through an IEP, a 504, you're there for the student no matter what. That is why you go into SPED, I feel, to make sure that the students are taken care for and that they're um, set as priority. Number two, what dispositions that you currently possess will help you become a successful teacher? What dispositions do you need to work on before you enter the classroom as a first year teacher? I have actually been teaching, this is going to be my 8th year. But going into SPED, you are a first year teacher once again because it's a completely different animal, a different ball game. I think the biggest disposition that I have that is beneficial is the fact that I'm patient and that I'm very open-minded. I definitely listen to my students. I tailor all of my lessons to my students and their needs and how I've picked up on whether they're visual, physical, or mental learners, the different levels. So I think my vigilance and my patience is going to play a huge role as being a good SPED teacher for these kids. Now, one thing that I need to work on is definitely my time management and my organization, because I know that there is a lot of paperwork included in just communicating and working one-on-one with teachers that I know that are SPED teachers and watching them go through the IEPs and the evaluations and meetings with the parents and so forth. So I think the biggest thing I need to work on is organization and time management. The last question is, what effect could personal bias have on expectations that teachers have for their students? How could these bias affect the relationship with students and their families? For me, I think I'm very loving and caring, and I put, this sounds horrible, but sometimes I think I put more effort and stuff than what I ever receive. Um, that's not necessarily a downfall, but the fact that we have had individuals in our family that are disabled, I have a bigger love, and I don't have patience for people that talk down to them. I think that bias right there in dealing with people who are ignorant and don't understand the situation of that individual, that's my biggest bias. Because if you are like, oh, they can't do that, that's going to shut me down, because it's like, no, they can't. It's just going to take time. So I think for me, that's going to be the biggest thing, is dealing with people that are saying, no, they can't do this. Yes, they can. And I love proving people wrong. So I do push my students to the max, and I don't push them any, I don't set any high expectations that they couldn't achieve. My expectations are based off everything I see from them, and I would never set an expectation that's higher than what they can achieve. If anything, I'm going to push them, and once they achieve that, we're going to set another one and push them further. So I think the biggest bias is the fact that I anyone can do anything they set their mind to, and I have that in my mindset. And so I kind of expect other people to have that in their mindset of that constant growth and pushing yourself. So I think that's going to be one of um, the biased issues that I am going to have when people are like, no, I can't, and they shut down. That is going to affect me in a negative way, because it's like, you need to, this is beneficial for you, this is going to help you out in the long run. And I've seen it with families where they're like, oh, my child can't achieve that. And then once the child did, they're like, oh, they can do that. And it's like, yes, they can. You need the parents not having or not thinking their child can achieve something um, will definitely put a strain on me in being patient. Even though I have great patience, my face gives me away. So I think that's going to be the biggest issue, because I do have such a great love for my students, and I've always had SPED students in my class. I've always worked one-on-one with SPED teachers, so knowing what the gals I worked with and what their struggles and so forth, and their workload of what they did, I think the fact that people underestimate how much work is behind um, that is going to be another biased moment for me. It's like, you don't understand how much work teachers put in, any teacher at any grade level, um, at school and outside of school, for their jobs. So I think I covered 3 questions as best I could. It's hard talking to a camera, so I can sing in front of it, no problem. Talking, totally different issue. So there you go. There's my professional disposition for SPED 501.